Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Taking a look at another intriguing matchup on the Week 3 slate. And this is not a matchup that ESPN is going to show much coverage or Fox Sports is going to show much coverage. Virginia Tech going on the road to play Rutgers. Two programs that I think are turning the corner. Like two programs that have struggled in years past. This is a very exciting game and an opportunity for both of these programs to kind of show that they are back or on track to getting back. I'm excited to get into this matchup again. Before we do, just want to say thank you to you guys, and especially with these kind of previews. Like, it's a blast previewing them, learning from you guys in the comment section. So, one, if you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. But more importantly, the best part about doing these, especially with a program like Virginia Tech and Rutgers, who, yeah, I watched back both these games, but you guys might have some more eyeballs on than me. Like, let me know in the comment section what you guys are thinking. It's such a great opportunity for me to learn from you guys, talk some ball with you guys. So appreciate y'all rocking with the boys. And without further ado, let's get into this game. And I watched back that Virginia Tech Purdue game this morning, actually. And Virginia Tech, I think, battles back and shows the culture that Brent Pry is instilling. And obviously, you want to get the win, no moral victories at the college football level. But to go down 17-0, have all the delays that they had, come out and kind of make that game competitive when I think in years past that game gets away from you, I think really shows where Brent Pry has this program going. And then Rutgers, starting out 2-0, dominant on the defensive side of the ball. Both fan bases have to be really excited about how these programs have started, how these programs are looking, and more importantly, where these programs are going. Now, Virginia Tech on the offensive side of the ball matching up against this Rutgers defense. I want to talk Virginia Tech first. This team, and we talked a lot about Virginia Tech in the offseason, and the biggest concern, I was a Grant Wells guy, and unfortunately, sounds like he's banged up and might not be able to play in this game, but you see a little bit more playmaking on the outside, a little bit of life in that passing attack. The biggest question mark, and quite frankly, the biggest question mark that we had heading into the season was this offensive line, not only in pass protection, but more importantly, running the football. And I think it reared its head a little bit. Purdue has a good front seven, but 0.5 yards per carry against Purdue. They didn't exactly light it up against Old Dominion either. You're seeing a unit up front that just kind of struggles to win at the point of attack. And I think Brent Pry is going to get this group right once he continues to recruit. Recruiting's been phenomenal. That being said, in 2023, not sure if they have the guys, and that's probably the biggest struggle for Virginia Tech is just running the football, forcing this offense and Grant Wells to be in some uncomfortable third down situations where you're not in front of the chains, you're not on schedule. That's probably my biggest concern. And again, you're going up against the Rutgers defense that wild stat, 1.7 yards per carry to opposing running backs throughout the first 2 years. I mean, they've only given up 7 points in each of these games. Very, very stout against the run. They got some guys in the front seven, dudes like Aaron Lewis, former Michigan guy, transferred to Rutgers, absolute baller. My biggest question mark for Virginia Tech, and probably the biggest question mark about this matchup, is Virginia Tech getting some sort of resemblance of running the football. And I'm not saying you need to be a grind you down kind of team, but you got to be able to run the ball a little bit better than Virginia Tech. And Ollie Jennings, not going to play. Sounds like Grant Wells might not be playing. Kyron Drones comes in and could add an element. And I'm not saying like it's good that Grant Wells is hurt or not going to be playing quarterback, but Drones does offer another dimension to this Virginia Tech offense that could really help in that running attack. I mean, he is a phenomenal athlete, can create with his legs. Talk about an offense that's struggling to move the ball on the ground. Adding a quarterback that might be one of the most dangerous ball carriers on the field, certainly going to help that. So I'm kind of interested to see if this Virginia Tech staff can get some sort of semblance of the running game. I don't really think it's on the running backs. I kind of like the running back room. I think on the offensive line, they struggle. And so if you can have Drones to maybe get outside the pocket, create some explosive running opportunities from the quarterback position, I think you're kind of excited about that. And again, Rutgers, very, very good on defense. Now, flipping sides, this is kind of a tale. I mean, you have both of these units are stronger on the defensive side of the ball. Looking at this Rutgers offense, Gavin Wimsatt, young, talented quarterback. This Rutgers offense pretty one-dimensional, though, right? In terms of Gavin Wimsatt throwing about 50% completion percentage, 360 yards through 2 games. Now he's taking care of the football, which is good, which is what you wanted him to do. That being said, this Rutgers passing attack, doesn't necessarily scare you. And they're throwing to a Virginia Tech secondary that I think is the best unit on this Virginia Tech defense. That being said, Rutgers is going to try to run the football. Virginia Tech I think, has a really good defense. I don't know if it's like a top 15 defense in the country. I don't even know if it's a top 20 defense in the country. That being said, this defense is extremely solid. We've talked about Kelly Lawson plenty. The more and more I watch about Kelly Lawson, like the more I said it last week, I'm going to say it again, like Tremaine Edmonds vibes, like long, fast, physical, sideline to sideline, always around the football. Kelly Lawson, I think, has a very bright future, probably one of the best linebackers in the ACC. And another question that we didn't have any question marks about the secondary, right? That's a very, very good group, full with talent. Who's going to be providing a little bit of pressure off the edge? Transfer Antoine Powell-Ryland has been extremely impressive during those first 2 weeks. He's a guy that, I mean, we had question marks. He's kind of answered those question marks. This Virginia Tech defense, really, really good. Going up against the Rutgers offense that I wouldn't say is bad, but I wouldn't say it's very explosive. My kind of take on this game, and I don't know if I want to use the word rock fight, but I don't think you're not going to see these two offenses running up and down the field. I think both these units on the defensive side of the ball are very, very stout. I see this game being very low scoring. I see it being a one-possession game in the fourth quarter. Whatever offense can kind of make a play, I think wins this game. And again, circling back, I guess I'll give the pick first. Virginia Tech getting 6.5 points. I'm leaning there. I just don't think this game is going to be that high scoring. I think this game is more of a toss-up. I'm almost take Virginia Tech on the money line because I really do see these teams as two quality teams, but two really equally matched teams. I think this game is going to be close, one possession game. And then it comes back to kind of why I'm talking about this game in the first place. Two programs with an opportunity to get some momentum in this 2023 season, and a season for both programs that seems like they're turning the corner as programs. It's a massive game for both of them, and they have the opportunity to win one in the fourth quarter, a close one, in which, again, would give both these teams a lot of confidence heading into the rest of the schedule. For Virginia Tech standpoint, I mean, you look at the ACC outside of Clemson, Florida State, probably Miami after the win against Texas A&M. I think the ACC is wide open. I'd probably throw North Carolina in there, but you talk about teams like Virginia, Wake Forest. Those are winnable games for Virginia Tech. And so you can go into ACC play being 2-1. I think you're excited about that. And then for Rutgers on the other side of it, I'm not saying they're going to go beat Michigan, Penn State, and Ohio State, but there are some teams. You saw them trounce Northwestern, probably could have beat them by more points. There are some teams in the Big Ten that are also gettable, especially the way Rutgers plays. Like, they're going to slow it down. They're going to muck the game up a little bit. Greg Schiano has this thing going in the right direction. Massive opportunity for both teams. And again, not a game that is going to get a ton of eyeballs from the national media. I'll be keeping my eyes on this. Two programs that you're rooting for to kind of get back. I'm excited for this one. Again, let me know in the comment section how you guys are feeling about this. Best part about doing it, learning from you guys in the comment section. Appreciate you supporting the boys, and we'll talk to y'all later.